Hi everyone, this is Tracy Malone from NarcissistAbuseSupport.com. Today, I would like to talk to you a little bit about divorcing a narcissist. And people ask me all the time because I've written a book on divorcing a narcissist. What is it like to divorce a narcissist? And that's a very broad question if you think about it. The truth is, it's always on a spectrum. So if I were to tell you they're going to do this or that, we don't know where your narcissist is going to fall on the spectrum. And there's many factors that go into sort of the difficulty of and sort of how long the divorce process is going to take based on how corrupt and evil your narcissist is, right? There's all these factors. So let's talk about the spectrum that you can expect, right? I think if you are, I have a chapter in my book called The Dumpy and the Dumper, right? So if you are the one deciding to get a divorce, it can go a lot smoother because you've probably gotten your ducks in a row and figured some things out beforehand. And so that makes it easier. If you were dumped instead of being the one doing the dumping, if you would, in this case, then you are overwhelmed and emotionally triggered to a place where you didn't expect this. So you didn't plan on it, you didn't see it coming. And so therefore, like you're at ground zero. You are just, dealing with so much emotional turmoil at the same time as going through a divorce process and learning about what narcissism is. Perhaps maybe you've already seen it, maybe you haven't, but this is where the door opens and you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't know this. And then you're going to discover all the other stuff later. But that's a huge factor if it's your decision or their decision. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is the rich and the poor narcissist, and that also has to do a lot with how long and how tenuous this is going to be. If you are the breadwinner and the narcissist was kind of living off of you, or you were supporting the narcissist, they are going to make a fight for your money. That's without question. Everything that's yours is really theirs and they want it. So that's the battle. But the good news is they don't have a lot of money to really take you to court and do all the legal crazy tactics that people with money have, right? That's the difference. Someone with money is, got no problem slowing down a process, never disclosing their information, never giving discovery, being as confrontational as they possibly can. And it's just costing money. And it's costing you money. And with the rich narcissist, that's the goal. They know they can outspend you, and they do. So another factor that goes into this is really the length of the marriage. So if you were married for 3 years, it's not as complicated of a divorce as it is if you have been married for 30 years. So the length of marriage plays a part in it because usually the longer you're married, the more stuff you have. And this brings us to the next thing is sort of, the more stuff you have. So you have, say, rental properties, or you have a second home, or you've got a boat, or you've got 3 businesses, or you've got all of these different entities. And the more complicated it is, gives them more places to, not cooperate and be in contempt for not giving you the information. If you've got 4 rental properties and they won't share any of the income or any of the details from them, then you are fighting a battle for months and months just to get the paperwork. If they are a self-employed person, you are battling and finding out that they've been hiding, all their assets and hiding it for a long time. So again, length of marriage and who, the more you have, the more complicated it's going to be. Again, over a certain amount of years, you're going to end up with a lot more rights in the marriage. And, if the house was never in your name, you're not going to have a fight over it. If it was mutual, then you're going to probably have a fight over it. And who's going to get it? How are you going to do it? All those details get worked out. The other factor that lengthens a narcissistic divorce is kids. Narcissists don't generally want their children, but they want to fight them for them because you do. So that can also delay things, right? In the spectrum of divorcing a narcissist, what we also have to realize is the tactics that they will use, because the spectrum is always gonna hide money. I mean, I don't think I've had anybody, and again, I get them when they're in the crazy state. So I'm sure there's people who are having a normal divorce that don't need a divorce coach to help them navigate these waters, right? But hiding money, huge, always hiding money. It's not necessarily hiding money. Ooh, we're getting a divorce. Let me tuck this away or clear out the accounts, right? It is a pattern that you're going to see that they've been hiding money for half the length of your marriage in many cases. And so the umbrella to opening up, well, where did this money go? And where did that money go? And you're tracking down and demanding and fighting for the records. So expect them to hide money. That's the low end of the spectrum. And that's the sad part. I mean, it's still a battle and it's horrible, right? The other things you can express in that beginning stages are lying and smearing. Of course, they're going to do it, right? I have a chapter in my book called The Dumbass Theory because, of course, they're going to do it, right? They can't be the one at fault, so therefore they must project blame on you. Do you guys know what DARVO is? DARVO is an acronym that stands for deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. Guaranteed. Narcissist is going to do that. You're the bad guy. You did this. You're an alcoholic. You're crazy. Whatever it is, they're going to deflect from their behaviors by denying that they've done anything and then accuse you of it, attack you for it, and then make you into the bad guy. Just part of the thing. I mean, expect that, right? The higher level of malignant narcissists, the ones that really cause horrible things, do things like relentless stalking. And I'm not just talking like, oh, you're going to the grocery store and they happen to be there. I am talking 24/7 hacking. I am talking hacking into your computers, hacking into your phones, hacking into your car system. And I had one client that her car was remote controlled by her ex by her Apple Watch. Like, that's the level of cuckoo crazy in this stalking arena, right? This is where people have to have 30 phones. I've had people that are, moving every other month because they aren't safe, and there's stalkers and people, and this is not normal divorce process. So we're going from the normal, okay, we're just going to steal and lie and cheat up here to the more malignant, terrifying behaviors where restraining orders are fought for, where false arrests are often done. Narcissists love to shoot the blame. Again, they can't be responsible, so they will shoot the blame to you. And so this is what they're going to do is they will have you arrested. They will make a false claim. They will, stage something and make you go to jail. This is done because they want you to take the blame and have everyone, they can just point and go, see, they were so bad, they got arrested. Look, the police know how terrible this is. What a narcissist does. And so the rest factor is really common, unfortunately. And I happen to be the child, the arrest child here because I was arrested by my narcissist. And so I know this is a tactic that they use. Uh, uh, if you're thinking about it and you've got kids, they don't want the time necessarily. They're going to fight for it because you want it. But they also have to discredit you because you've been a really good parent, and they know it. And they know they have not been a good parent and not been present for the children. So they have to discredit you. That's the goal, is there's nothing on paper that they've got that they can use against you. So they create it. And they create it by calling Child Protective Services on you. I've had people with 20 times that Child Protective Services has been called to their house for nothing. And, they come in and they're like, yeah, we know, nothing to see here. And then they leave 5 minutes later because it's just ridiculous. Even the people in the Child Protective Services division know, oh my God, here we go again. They have to respond to it, but there's been nothing. So all of those times, again, it's for them to create evidence against you so that they can either public opinion or get more time with the children by proving that you are a criminal because you got arrested, or the Child Protective Services had to be called 20 times and they're a horrible parent and my children aren't safe and all these things, right? So one of the other things, and the last thing I want to just say here is that they tend this is another flavor of narcissist, if you would, on having you committed for alcohol, committed for crazy, for no reason at all. They will call the police. They will tell them that you threatened to kill yourself. That's a big one. And then you go off to the hospital, and you're evaluated, and then you get into a mental hospital because they don't know the truth. And you're going, no, I didn't try it. And they're like, well, someone said it, we have to protect you. And then all of a sudden that's on your record, and they can use that in the court and in the trial to say you shouldn't have the children because you tried to kill yourself. Well, you didn't even try to kill yourself, but now there's this like legal paper trail that they can use against you. So there's so many factors of what a narcissist can do, and the spectrum. I'm only talking about these particular factors. I'm going to make a couple more videos that are going to show you other ways that they can continue to abuse you. If you are going through a narcissistic divorce, go get my book, Divorcing Your Narcissist. You can't make this shit up. It is literally 350 pages of all the advice you need, practical things, and 26 experts gave their expert advice as well. So it's a bunch of information that's going to help you. So this is Tracy Malone. If you are struggling with a divorce with a narcissist, I do coaching. I coach all over the world, and I can help you understand and save money from not having to go to your lawyer every time. If you can understand why the narcissist is doing these tactics, like I just explained, they're going to have you committed, arrested, all these things to get custody, to take away your good name. If you understand why they're doing some of these tactics, it takes the sting off of it a bit. It takes the shame off of it a little bit, but it helps you cope with the ridiculous things that are being thrown at you. So that's how I can help you. And you can reach me at narcissistabusesupport.com. That's my website. And I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.